Hello again, traders. Right, it's Saturday evening. I've just finished loads and loads of gardening stuff, and thought I'd have a look at the charts. And quite frankly, with all the indicators on the dragon and stuff, they're a bit messy. But pare them down to candles, which is what I am all about, really. The indicators are secondary. We can see clearly what's going on. Weekly charts, ETH USD. Would you want to go long here? I don't think so. That's the level that we're testing. We're below the low there. We're below all of these lows. If this was a line chart, as you can see, that is the important level. We're below that line chart low there, so that's a 3CR. A line chart 3CR. We're below that line chart with price, both of them with price here. This is looking so sad, it is unbelievable. BTC, similar looking chart. We're below that level there. We're testing this level down here. Line charts again. We're below this line chart here on this weekly chart, so 3CR down. Obviously the weekly hasn't closed yet, but we're well below that one. So as you can see, there is absolutely no way I want to go long. RSI Histo has actually done a bust, is doing rather a bust, break and close. Bust, pullback, break and close below. Stronger momentum on this weekly candle, so that's looking pretty sad too. So basically, you know, if you're trying to decide whether to go short or long, this is the sort of analysis I would be doing, and then moving down the time frame. So I don't like BTC. It moves horribly. Much prefer ETC, so I'm going to have a look at that one. Oh, just quickly before we get into ETC, you know, all the others, we could use Paul's H on here. Paul on Twitter, who I follow, his little H configuration, or cup and handle, whatever you want to call it, inverse cup and handle. There's the cup, here's the handle, and it's just crashing below that level too. Daily charts would give us a better idea of potentially what these things are doing. If we look on the daily chart now, clearly closed below it, coming back up and crashing down again. Higher momentum, smaller candle, bigger momentum. That's interesting. Slope is actually lower than all the other previous ones on a small daily candle. That's interesting. All of these things, these indicators are so good. All of these things need to be taken into account. You know, it's a computer game, guys. That's all we need. 3CRs and a momentum. So daily chart on this is 3CR down, no buyers. You know, a little bit of a battle there, very weak, and it definitely looks. You'd use H4 to actually confirm what you want to do on this. So all the other ones, LTC, same story. XRP, similar story. EOS, similar story. This is really interesting. XMR USD, same story. 3CR down, weak buying. Dodge, bit of a different story on that one. I haven't got a clue what goes on there, but certainly wouldn't want to be loading my money onto that one. So back to ETH, let's have a look at H4. This is why I was looking at this, because literally I'm trying to work out what I want to do short term on this. H4 is banging into support. All we need is a line chart on there to see what's going on. Trying to break above this on the line chart. So, you know, effectively we've got a line chart 3CR going on here. Again, it's really just, for me, longs are not on the cards, so all I want to do is, I hope you can see what I've done there, the line chart high, a close above that would be what I call a line chart 3CR. Remember the lows, this 3CR down, that's the low, that's the break, that is a support level that price comes and tries to test. So it's always worth noting those on your charts. Aaron's indicator is so good. Look what this has tested. Look where it is, or where it was. That's no coincidence. Those 3CR levels are so important. You know, they're not all like that. You would have expected potentially that one to get tested with this, but when there's so much selling involved, you know, all of this was fake buying, as it were, to get all the longs in and test the stops, and then they just collapse. Not so much powerful fake buying here as that, all that green, and that's why you get more sideways, in my opinion. So here, once again, not so much powerful as that, and look what happens. It come and tests the 3CR level, and then you know, we can clearly see the buyers and sellers are in a bit of a battle here, or sellers and buyers should I say. Last hurrah, faking all the long traders, and boom, crash it down. So this is a similar situation to what's going on here. So no reason to really get too heavily involved short. We could have all sorts of games going on here again, and who knows, they could even come back and try and test this level up here. So so it's a bit of a no man's land situation, but I do not want to really go long until perhaps the line chart 3CR has happened here, pull back, and then we might scalp it long. But the main direction, obviously, you know, it's a no-brainer. Zoom out. Do you want to go long there? Do you want to go long against that? Not really, thank you. There is a bit of divergence on this, but then if you go to the daily again, there's no divergence there. That's a low, that's a lower low making a lower low. So you have to keep, and this is what I mentioned on a previous tweet, keep flicking between the time frames at all times to see what the candlesticks are telling you. You know, 3CR up, we should expect a pullback. This pullback could then, because a 3CR up is suggesting you should be looking for longs, but if it's into resistance or supply, which this obviously is, then you should be considering the opposite. But none of this is clear. This is all messy here. So you know, all I'm trying to do is explain my thought processes based on pure candlestick analysis. So yeah, it's a real mess, but it can still be traded on the you know, the 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute charts, 30 minutes, and so on and so forth. And that's why I love these so much, and that's why we do have a high hit rate. You know, you have got your divergence going on here, lower low making a higher low. So it is an absolute mess, and that is all you can take from this chart. So this is an uptrend. You can't connect that line, that low there, because this hasn't broken that high, this high here. When price breaks that line chart high there, that's when I would consider joining those lows there. Okay, so yeah, I mean the whole video is all about looking at the candles and understanding what the candles and the indicators are telling you, and it's a mess. So be careful, guys, and any upwards movement according to all of this lot, sorry we've got no is just, you know, look, divergence on the monthly, on the weekly rather, negative divergence, that was bearish divergence, I mean. It's just a complete mess. And on the left hand side of the chart, that is a kink in the road. That support there, you know, I'm talking about that little kink there, that support there would act as resistance when price comes back, which is what's happened. And so we've got a ton, an absolute ton of resistance, support potentially acting as resistance above us. So yeah, not good at all. If price came above this, all this lot here, then the next level up is all of this lot. You can see what's gone on here, here, bit of a blip there, and then once again there. So every reason, if it breaks that level there, 1988 or thereabouts, roughly 2000, no surprises there, the round number. Then next stop around about 2260, somewhere like that. So sorry it's not a definitive buy or sell video, but it's just about analysis and using multi-time frames, candlesticks, line charts, and your momentum indicator of choice. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, what's left of that.